How is it going, fellow YouTube people? I have never showed you my Blu-ray collection. However, you know, I do have a fair amount, and I've always been planning to show you my Blu-rays, and I decided to bring all my Blu-rays into this room, and I will, you know, different days I will show you my Blu-ray collection, you know, in different parts. This is part one, and I'm going to show you like the first couple Blu-rays, and then I'll make another video maybe in a couple, maybe tomorrow, of you know, the next part, and then, you know, just keep making, you know, Blu-ray collection part 1, 2, 3 until I'm done with them all. So I will start with my first batch of Blu-rays to show you, and you know, review them, give them a little review. Here are the first bit of Blu-rays I will show you. The first one is actually, it's really in no particular order, but this is actually the first Blu-ray I ever got. The Shining. It is awesome. Making it with the reflections kind of in the way. This is probably my favorite horror movie ever. Definitely, I was actually lucky enough to see this first in theaters, and then the second time I saw it is when I first saw it on Blu-ray, and it was just awesome. It was an incredible theater experience, and just such an awesome movie, such a suspenseful movie, and just the Blu-ray is awesome on it. It has a really cool making of documentary. Now, if you ever get this DVD and you decide to watch the making of, make sure to turn the commentary off, because right when you play it, it has a commentary, and it's the worst commentary ever. Turn the commentary off and enjoy the real making of. Yeah, definitely pick this up, or just see The Shining in general, because it's just so awesome. Next up is, of course, I have this, The Dark Knight. Do I really have to say anything that hasn't been said? Probably the best superhero movie ever, by consensus, definitely. And I'm really excited for The Dark Knight Rises. This looks awesome on Blu-ray. Some of the, just, you know, Heath Ledger gives one of the best performances ever. And definitely see this if you haven't, but you probably have, because it's like the highest grossing movie, one of the highest grossing movies of all time. And, you know, who hasn't seen The Dark Knight? But if you haven't, definitely check it out. Awesome. Next up is a movie coming from my favorite director of all time, The Aviator. This is one of his best movies. Definitely so awesome. Great editing. Like, this movie is 170 minutes, and it just flies by. I remember I just watched it, instantly got sucked in, and right when it ended, I realized that, you know, it just totally, the day completely changed. It went from light to dark, and I didn't even realize it. And just such an awesome movie. I could really relate to this, you know, but it's a biopic of Howard Hughes, and I could really relate to it because, you know, I also have OCD, and it really portrays it really well. I don't have it as bad as him, but, like, you know, it really does portray the struggles of OCD well. And, you know, that's not what's really good about this movie. It's just such an interesting movie, and Leonardo DiCaprio is so awesome in it. Another movie from Martin Scorsese, Goodfellas. This is probably my second, definitely in my top 5 favorite movies of all time. It is such an awesome movie. Just, oh my god, I can't even explain it. Just the acting, Joe Pesci is freaking awesome in this. The editing, of course, and oh my god, you just need to see Goodfellas. It is so awesome, and god, I just love this movie so much. Definitely see Goodfellas if you haven't. Martin Scorsese is the man. I won't really review this one because I haven't seen it, and I know it's one of the classic movies that I have not seen. The Road Warrior. Sorry, I have not seen The Road Warrior yet. I know there are a bit of classic movies that I have not seen. The Road Warrior is one of them. Again, one by Martin Scorsese, The Departed. This, for a long time, this is probably my favorite movie of all time. For a while it was. Sorry if I'm not really holding it. I'm trying to get away from the reflection. But definitely probably my favorite movie of all time. Definitely in my top 5. Just such an awesome movie. Just one of probably the most intense movie I've ever seen in my life. Just the most gripping movie that you're never bored in. It's such just an excellently crafted film, and there's not one thing wrong with it. Definitely see The Departed if you haven't. So good. Next movie is another one of the greatest movies of all time, Shawshank Redemption, which is #1 in the IMDb spot, but I think we all know that's because, you know, The Dark Knight went to the top, and people didn't really like that. Everyone, you know, gave The Dark Knight 10 stars, so they all gave, like, then they all gave, like, The Godfather, like, 1 star, so it could go down so they could get The Dark Knight up, but it ended up being The Shawshank Redemption, which was the #1, and this is just one of the best movies of all time. Such a great movie. It is just so, it's definitely one of my favorite movies of all time. I can put it in and just get gripped and just keep watching it, and oh my god, I never get tired of this movie. Such a classic. I already mentioned The Shining. The Shining and this are probably like the only movies that are actually better than the book. And the book was only like 100 pages, but still, just such an awesome movie. Definitely check this out, and it has this cool, like book thing. But what? Next movie is I Am Legend, and just really, this movie looks awesome on Blu-ray. Very good quality, and yeah, just really good movie. I saw this in theaters. It was just completely awesome, and yeah, good movie. Next movie is a classic, The Fly. I think this was like the first movie that like ever won Best Makeup. It was either that or American Werewolf in London. I forget, but definitely this had awesome makeup and effects. I mean, it's really gross at times, but it's just so awesome. Jeff Goldblum is so good in this movie, and he just gives a really great performance. Definitely check this out. It is an awesome movie. Again, another movie from my favorite director, Casino. This is another movie that is 79 minutes, 1 minute away from being 3 hours long, and it just whizzes by. Such an interesting movie, such a well-made movie, such a great acted movie, almost ties with Goodfellas. Goodfellas and this are just almost, God, this, another one in my top 5 favorite movies of all time. I already got 3 in there, 3 in my top 5 by Martin Scorsese. Definitely check the Casino out if you haven't, trying to avoid the freaking reflection, but still, definitely see the Casino, you get the point. And we have yet another movie from Martin Scorsese, Gangs of New York. Very underrated movie, actually. This really didn't get a lot of hype, and I think it's because, like, Martin Scorsese was just having an awesome streak, and because, every movie he made in the 90s was just perfection, and this was not perfection, but a lot of people were like, but I mean, it's still fucking awesome if you just, ignore, the other movies that he made. It's such a great movie, such a well-acted movie. Daniel Day-Lewis, it kicks ass. And the art direction is great. Just everything about this movie is freaking awesome. And I do think because of how this came after that long streak of just awesomeness from Martin Scorsese. It is its legacy isn't really. I don't think it gets as much hype as it really deserves. So I would definitely say see Gangs of New York. I really like this movie. Next movie is a Western called Young Guns, and this is a very entertaining movie with a big cast. Emilio Estevez, Kiefer Sutherland, Lou Diamond Phillips, Charlie Sheen, Terry O'Quinn, Jack Palance, Terrence Stamp. A lot of people in this movie. Such an entertaining movie. Emilio Estevez plays Billy the Kid really well, and it's pretty weird seeing Charlie Sheen as like the older, mature brother, and Emilio Estevez is like the little kid going and shooting all the guns, and he doesn't ever go So I don't know where that came from. But last for this segment of my Blu-rays is We Were Soldiers. Mel Gibson is awesome in this movie. Great war movie. It's like the first half of this movie is all like the soldiers like saying goodbye to the family and all the relationships and stuff. So you could really, the first half is all building up the character relationships, and then the second half is non-stop war action. It's like it takes place in the last half takes place in like one night, and for an hour and a half, just non-stop battle, and it's absolutely gruesome, but definitely very powerful, and you should definitely check out We Were Soldiers, a great war movie. And yes, so that's it for this segment of my Blu-ray collection, and I have a lot more around me, as you can't see. I'm not going to show, never mind. But yes, so stay tuned for other episodes where I show you my Blu-ray collection, and thanks for watching. Bye.